Well, too bad. Here we go.
Yeah.
Oh, bring up the map. We'll be fine.
We saved the cat, and we're about to be. Oh, I tried to break into the mayor's house and got caught.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yes, you did.
I was on my high from I snuck past 1,000 frogs. The mayor's house is nothing. Kunk. Hello, Mr. Mayor. How are you?
I'm getting up from being tackled from Vars because I was making the announcement that I'm back. I was officially back.
Yes, Vars did not like you using the podium.
I believe I'm drawing on the side of the fountain.
I think that you might be. So actually, we need to make a perception check for Vars to see if he sees you whilst he's berating Molo.
I think I still have detect thoughts up on the one.
Yeah, you put detect thoughts on him. I think we already.
Attacking him. Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, his surface level thoughts were of a name that was on the paperwork that he got, and that he is pissy about this dwarf being allowed into town without the proper paperwork.
Yep.
This guy needs to remove the stick from his ass.
Oh, he's got a stick so far up his ass. That's
The
like
stick
his whole
up his
deal.
ass has a stick up its ass.
I'm gonna have to look into that.
Oh, so he's just a drill sergeant. Got it.
Yes. Okay, so yes, this is where we are now. I'm just gonna move Air Genasi over here so that I don't get distracted by the token.
We'll just assume Air Genasi is off trying to bang somebody.
Yes, this is accurate. Air Genasi says, "Hey, I'm gonna go see if I can get with that lady who tried to kill me earlier."
I might have to be more specific on that one. I've seen it in action.
All right, so Vars has just tackled Molo off the podium. You guys have returned Opal with the plant that she needed to make her poultice that she wanted to, or not poultice, a potion for Kappa. Is there anything you guys want to do before things start happening?
Well, I would assume that I would get up and then be like, "Fine, I will spread my word the other way, the old-fashioned way. I'm gonna start saying, hey, back, come see me. Pew pew pew. I'm back. I'm Molo. Pew pew pew." And I will
I'm
tell
bringing Molo back.
Six walks away and goes straight to the tavern.
As soon as Molo finishes that, I'm going to do thaumaturgy, make a fart come out of his butt area.
So guys, my boat is doing some weird maneuvering, and our engines just dropped to an idle.
No.
No one has called me, so I'm pretty sure
it's fine.
100% fine.
So if you disappear, is that what you're saying?
Did someone dare the rookie to fuck with the boat?
We might be going back for a reefer check. That's probably
a
reefer check.
Refrigerated units.
Oh, I was like, we're out of weed. Someone needs to do a weed run.
All right. Well,
I mean, somebody has to bring some of that on there before they go.
Oh, it's super illegal for us.
Aren't you in international waters?
No.
Oh, I thought you guys were.
I mean, we are sometimes, but not most of the time. Oh, okay. There go the engines back up to speed.
So stop fucking with the engines.
Worst case, you sink.
No. I'm just waiting for the impact. 1 second.
Well,
the impact
tell
is
them
good.
you're playing. Tell them you're
impact
playing D&D, and you'll deal with it later.
The impact means we've gone up alongside the barge and we're dropping somebody off. I just need to be sure that's happening. Because if I need my shoes, then into finger guns around broadcasting for his performance this evening.
And fart.
And also fart.
Yep.
And then I'll keep looking around and be like, doesn't feel like it's coming from me, but oh man.
Every time
Sometimes they
you
slip
said-
by.
Your awesome homebrew just turned into dick and fart jokes all day.
You know, I wish I could say I
Turn it-
was shocked.
Yeah,
It turned into that the first like 10 minutes of the first session. To be fair,
it did.
Okay. Is anybody else wanting to do anything before things happen?
no, I think I'm good.
What's
What kind of things
What's
are-
the cat? What's the cat guard's name? She's there, right?
Cliff?
Cliff?
No.
That is Mirror on Distant Cliffs.
Thanks.
Or
Can
Wrote
I
it
move
down.
my detect thoughts to her and see what's they're thinking?
Oh, it is Cliff.
Is that how Detect Thoughts works?
Thought it was, but now I can't find my.
Yeah, that's surface thoughts, right? And then you can probe
Oh,
deeper.
there's the impact. Once you detect.
Detect thoughts. That is not what I wanted to click on.
I mean, I would let that happen. I guess there's no reason that that's a bad thing. So yeah, you shift detect
Yeah,
thoughts.
I
over-
can. Yeah, you can search. You can search for thoughts within 30 feet of you. So it doesn't say it has to be on one person. I can just search for thoughts within 30 feet of me.
on any
Wait.
one creature that you can see within 30 feet of you.
Here it is. Yeah, the creature. Intelligence. Oh, that's if I want to probe deeper. Yeah, which I don't want to do.
So yeah, I guess just for a minute. I think that you just can't concentrate on more than one creature at a time. Is the way that I read it.
Cool. Okay.
So yeah, for the next minute, you can just kind of do that. If you shift it over to Cliff, Cliff has got has got a hand on Vars, and is kind of in a soothing voice, just kind of talking him down from committing some police brutality on Molo. And Cliff's surface thoughts are, "Oh, we cannot afford another incident, Vars. You're good at this job, but you really need to calm down, bud."
Okay.
At which point, the mayor is going to exit the house alongside this mysterious dwarven person
Kill him.
and say, "No, you're not Canadian, Mike. You're American, Mike." Mayor Harbek will say, "You're free to look around for the next 2 days, and then I want you gone. You're not going to find what you're looking for anyway." And the dwarf is going to say, "You're a most gracious host. I appreciate it, and hopefully I'll be on my way before even then." Ooh, buddy, you've got to lay off those throttles. Jesus. That must be Adam.
Do you need to go save the boat?
No, he's just being hard on the equipment. But whatever, it's fine.
Is it though?
Yeah. Barge is pretty light. You're not going to part a wire on it.
Oh.
Don't even worry about it.
No, all right.
If I suddenly go, "Oh God," and then leave, that's probably something that happened.
Gotcha.
So Mayor Harbek will shake hands with Mysterious Sexy Dwarf, and Mysterious Sexy Dwarf is going to start walking by.
I have enough to swing my detect thoughts over that way. Have enough time.
Yeah, I'd say you have enough time. If you get surf, oh wait, he might. I need to figure out there's some. Hold on, I need to see how something works because it actually matters for once.
Oh no, that's totally fine. This is the first time I've had this spell, so I am still trying to figure out the wording of it, which is kind of weird to me.
Okay, yeah, you get nothing out of him as he walks by.
You get nothing surface level out of him.
You get absolutely nothing out of it.
Probe him deeper. Oh.
No,
Hey,
Molo.
you! Where are you going?
Uh-oh.
Are you calling out to him?
Yeah.
He'll turn.
Little person.
See, oh, little person. If you know, I'm quite dense. He'll turn around and walk towards you and say, I'm just headed for the inn to ask some people some questions, unless you don't mind answering a few questions.
Maybe? I don't know if I'll know.
Oh, he walks right up to you.
I'll finish my drawing and stand up.
He'll look at your drawing, and he'll kind of smirk and sort of shuffle so that he's standing in front of it so that Vars doesn't see it.
She'll wink at him.
And say, a very detailed and veiny drawing, I'm sure.
Why does everyone say veins? I don't
These
draw
are
that
veiny.
many veins. I don't know. I've never seen one, so I just draw what I imagine.
He says, oh, well, wait a minute. How old is your character?
She's like 22.
Yeah, so, all right. He can make those kinds of jokes and not be a pedophile.
Yeah, I would never do a character under 18.
So as he
Makes one of us.
Right.
as he
Same.
as he gets into position, Vaughn kind of grabs your hand a little tighter and cinches in like he's a little scared. And the dwarf says, well, I'm in the business of finding people, and I've got a little tip that someone I'm looking for might be here. How long have you been in town?
I don't know, a while. I don't pay attention.
Yeah, he's kind of just...
Yeah, I can help. Can I? I'll just, because I was kind of following him after I didn't get anything off of him. Like, that's odd. So I was just kind of following him. So if I see him interacting, I'll kind of step up too.
He'll say, well, person I'm looking for has probably only been in town for, maybe a few months. They are a bit odd looking. They're pretty distinct. But I suppose one could hide what one is.
Do they wear just a seashell?
No. They, in fact, typically wear fairly flamboyant clothing. You'd certainly know them if you saw them. They're an Air Genasi. Have you ever met one of those?
Yes.
Make a deception check.
Super
and
good.
it better be good. Okay, well, he nat 20'd his insight checks. So.
I can't even beat that.
I mean, his insight bonus is not that good. I didn't realize your deception was 0.
I'm a cleric. If she lies a lot, she's terrible.
He kind of smirks and is just like, of course you have. And he looks over your shoulder at Reina and says, how long have you been around town?
Oh, I've been here a couple of weeks, studying at the great Lighthouse with my professor. And I pull out like a book that has like an inventory of everybody in town that I've just been like keeping. I see any Air Genasis on my inventory of observations that I've taken around town?
You don't. I'm going to say you've probably seen one or two maybe around the university, but they're not super common. But you at least know what they are.
Write it in a book at least or something, yeah.
Yeah. The amount of research and things.
Let me try and take a peek to see what's written about Danica.
Ooh, make a perception check, I guess.
Dice.
Reina, what have you marked down about Danica?
Oh, just like the basic details, like weird little girl showed up, has a small child with her, seems like bad idea. So far, just likes to draw pictures everywhere, make sure she doesn't get a hold of our books. Our pictures of them.
Your face is a bad idea.
Whoa!
Pull my book away.
The dwarf
Ron,
says.
anything but my books.
The dwarf
Wait,
says,
what, can I-
now.
Yeah, borrow one of your books.
Yes. Well, keep your crayons over there. Don't color on these pages.
Okay, you better not give it to me then.
Now, just because this person is something doesn't mean they can't appear to be something else. So, you know anyone around dressing flamboyantly, maybe making some people lose their money here and there?
Did they play music? I know this real weird guy. He plays shows.
They certainly can play music, but that's not necessarily an indicator.
What are you going to do with this person?
It's hard to say with that flamboyant thing because honestly, I've been talking to the mayor for a while to get to impose a dress code because everybody dresses far outside the parameters of what I'm used to. So kind of everybody is a little flamboyant if we're following university dress codes.
Is Reina lying or is Reina telling the truth here?
Oh, no, for sure. Like she's used to a very military-ish dress code, so everybody's a little bit too flamboyant for her.
Okay, in that case, no deception.
Uniform.
He says, well, I'll talk to some of the more established people around town, and perhaps I'll find what I'm looking for. In the meantime, you have a nice day. And he'll start walking away.
Okay, you too, little guy.
As he passes by you, Vaughn is just like attached at your hip.
Kind of put his arms around like a hug. And whisper, as soon as he walks away, whisper to Vaughn, Vaughn, are you okay?
That's a scary man. I don't like him.
He's very small. I'm sure he's...
I mean, he's short, but God, that guy's ripped as hell. Are you sure he's little?
Am I the only one that's concerned that Molo is off by himself in the market?
Huh?
I'm looking for things.
Kappa, make me a perception check.
You got it. Perception.
Where's Kappa?
And move down
Wow.
here. Is there another drawing?
14. Okay, it's good enough. Kappa, you're going to see the mayor kind of walk over to where Jin is and just kind of lean in. And I'm going to say 14 is good enough that you'll hear Mayor Harbek say, keep an eye on him before he goes back into his house.
Also, since Kappa lives here, would he know of anyone that showed up just like a couple months ago being very flamboyant? Besides Molo?
I mean, Molo is certainly the first one that comes to mind. There's a reasonable amount of turnover in the city. Molo's certainly the only bard that's come in a little while. But given that he said they could look like someone else, it could also be a couple of people in town.
Mm-hmm. People that, like, no one that Kappa would have actually, like, interacted with them.
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Because it's going to be like, watch this be like, Kappa, it's your other best friend. Surprise!
Kappa, it was you!
Oh no, they found out. I don't actually an Oni. I'm an Air Genasi. That's why I'm blue. Okay.
All right, what do you guys want to do?
Kappa's going to follow that dwarf.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
The dwarf didn't seem to be trying to sneak anywhere or anything. He very obviously made his way to the Darkstone, which, if you want to talk to people, is probably a good place to go since a lot of people go there.
Yeah.
Kappa's not interested in seeing what Opal's doing? That seems odd, but all right.
Well, because here's the thing. Kappa knows that Opal's going to go make the medicine, and it'll probably be a few hours, if not a day.
That is accurate.
Because he spends a lot of time with her and her medicine.
So Kappa, you go into the Darkstone. You see this dwarf come in, and Leda is talking to him. As with any new customer, she comes out. She's very gregarious. She's like, welcome to the Darkstone Inn. Is there anything I can get for you?" And he says, "I'd simply like a table, and perhaps your darkest stout ale would be something to start with." And she says, "Absolutely." And he will post up at a table.
And I will
Then-
post up in the table not super far.
Okay.
I will sit down at the table next to him and ask if he's buying.
If we're going to do this, I'm going to move you guys to a different map
Ooh.
Oh,
because I can do that now.
I have the
yeah.
The power.
I got the touch.
Is everybody just following this dwarf?
Apparently.
I mean, I was
I'm following
following.
you.
I was hanging out with you, and then you. Yeah, I was like,
I just
I don't
follow
know.
everybody else.
Oh, I'm down there broadcasting my performance tonight. I'm down in the market.
I kind of, you know
Mo-
what? I'm gonna kind of see what's going on. I'm like, I don't. This is weird. I don't like it. I'm just gonna go.
So who is going to the Darkstone?
Me and Vaughn.
Yeah, I will. I will too, but I want to kind of sit far away from him. I don't want to sit quite next to him.
Okay. So, hold on, I need to get some tokens out here.
I'll just tell Cap if you need me. I'll be at the blacksmith. Or I'll be at
Mhm.
my parents.
Okay.
If you hear the sounds of screaming and fighting, you should come running.
Yes, sir.
I start
Oh,
drawing
God.
underneath the table without looking.
Oh, you're not looking? Okay.
Yeah, it's underneath the table.
Okay. Okay. So
Just
let's
realizing
activate-
people actually notice those.
No, they do
I'm gonna
because
say,
they
if
drop
you're gonna
a coin.
look under the table, then things are gonna happen.
Yeah, no, just a hand under there. So it's not going to be a very good one.
Okay. So Reina, Danica. Oh, I need one.
I can't
Why is it all
see
black and
anything.
white?
Oh, it's because this map is not lit. Hold on, I'll fix it. Unrestrict vision.
I was gonna say, I know we're doing like, at least I'm doing sneaky spy stuff, but this isn't like a noir film.
Or is it?
Crixus, you are not here, right?
No, I'm gonna be at my blacksmith.
Okay, so we'll resolve what's going on here, and then we'll go check in with you and Molo. You
I'm
see?
not doing anything important. I'm just chilling, waiting.
Oh, I know, but
Okay.
things are going to happen when you go home.
Oh, that's fair.
Okay, so Danica, you sit down with this dwarf and ask if he's buying, and he looks over at you, kind of looks you up and down, and he says, "Are you challenging me to a drinking contest?"
That sounds fun. I've never done one of those.
You're fun, but I'm afraid I'm on the job, so I have to only drink a little bit.
Me too, so that's why I'm drinking a lot.
Make me a persuasion check. I'll say an advantage since you're being weird with him, and he likes that.
Ooh.
He is not gonna buy your drinks. Leda comes over with his ale and he says, "I'll take another one when this one's empty, but just for me, thanks." And then he's just gonna post up. Be like, "Look, I would really love to have a chat with you sometime, but I think I've gotten all the useful information out of you that I can, so if you don't mind."
Boy. Did you wake up on the wrong side of the bed this morning? Or cranky little guy, huh?
I wake up on the wrong side of the bed many mornings.
So what are you gonna do with this guy you're looking for? Are you like fucking kill him?
Oh, no, nothing so nefarious. I simply need to bring him somewhere where someone can have a chat with him.
Oh, and then kill him.
Hey, whatever happens after I've dropped him off is none of my business.
So are you like this dog the bounty hunter guy I've heard about?
Says, "I am the dog, the big bad dog." And Leda is going to come over to you, Kappa, and say, "Hey, what can I get you, Kappa?"
Just something light.
something light. I can handle that. And then as she passes by you, Reina, she'll say, "Oh, you don't often come down here, Reina. What do you need?"
Oh, just needed a break from the professor. Thought I'd do a little light studying here.
I can understand that. You want anything to drink? Anything to eat, hon?
Yes. Do you have milk?
Yep. She'll go. She'll
Inside check.
Do you have milk?
What animal it comes from?
What's the stupid saying somebody would order at a bar who's never gone to a bar? And that's what I came up with.
Reina, make me in a perception check.
Perception.
Oh, there go the throttles again. I must be picking them up.
16.
Okay. With a 16, after Leda goes in the back, you hear Dimble's voice go, "Milk? Are you fucking serious?" Leda goes, "I know, right? We have some, right? I mean, for cooking, not for drinking. Like, it's fine. Just give it to me. It'll work. And then a little bit later, Leda will come back out with a glass of milk and set it in front of you, Reina, and say, "Can't say that's an order I've filled before, but here you go." And then she's going to bring Kappa a light ale and a very dark dwarven stout for our dwarven friend. At this point, we are going to cut to... Copy and paste. We are going to cut over to Crixus. And Crixus... Put you on this map. But I don't have any of the NPC tokens out yet, so give me a second. Where are your family?
They're all dead.
Mom, there's your sister, and there's your dad. Okay, and actually what I'm going to start doing is for the people who aren't on the map, I'll just put the party token out. That way y'all can see. And light. All right. Kappa, Crixus. You are making your way down towards your family's blacksmith, and as you pass by Eliwix, you hear a noise.
What kind of noise? Like the noise
kind
I'm
of
used to hearing?
It's a low hum at first, and then starts to pulse and get a little bit louder and a little bit quicker. So it's like, and then
oh shit!
You see you hear an explosion, and a flash of blue light exits all around, like penetrating through some of the walls. Like something has just massively exploded inside Eliwix.
Oh god, no!
You bust open the door to Eliwix. There is a bunch of white smoke in here, kind of tinged blue, and it smells really acrid like a lightning storm. And as it starts to clear, you see Eliwix flat on her back, as though she just got blasted back from her forge.
Do the cop slide over the table. Ellie, are you okay?
Make me either an athletics or an acrobatics check.
Yeah.
Damn,
it looks awesome.
Oh, dude, you have the most perfect. You don't even disturb any of the stuff that she had on the table. Like you just kind of perfectly go in between it, landing in a superhero pose on the floor next to her. Eliwix coughs and looks up at you and is like, "Whew, that was a doozy."
The heck just happened, Ellie? I'll help her up.
Oh, you help her get off the ground. She's a little unstable, but she kind of just grabs onto your arm and steadies herself. It's like, well, I kind of thought I had that worked out, but looks like maybe not.
Yeah, you need to be more careful.
Well, when you're trying to capture lightning in a bottle, you're gonna break some bottles. I don't know what the right phrase is.
Why are you trying to capture lightning in a bottle?
I mean, I'm not literally trying to capture lightning in a bottle. I'm trying to create a power source for Vars here. that project I was working on requires a certain amount of power, and I'm just
Sure.
trying to contain it so that I can.
Do I know what project she's working on for ours?
You don't know what she's working on, but you do know that the last time you came in here, she had what looked like a giant hand, a mechanical hand, and she definitely did not want to tell you what it was about.
I don't know,
Like,
Ellie. If this is too dangerous, I don't know if you should be working on it.
oh, please, it's not going to hurt me. Little blast back and forth never hurt anybody. You see her nose starts to bleed a little bit.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Rip off like a little piece of my shirt and like you're bleeding.
He's like, it happens.
Yeah.
Anyway,
You
just
sure you're okay?
Of course. Maybe just have a quick drink of water, open up the windows. She hits a button, and all the steam valves start changing positions, and you hear some escaping, and a bunch of vents at the top, are like small windows around the top of her shops, open up and start sucking all the smoke out. He's like, "Whew, gotta get back to it if I'm gonna figure this thing out, though."
I think you should probably sit down for a minute. Take a breather. Think about what's going on.
Well, yeah, we got to get back to the design phase because
See where
clearly
you failed.
I was not gonna hold that much power. That was ridiculous. I don't know what I was thinking. We're gonna need some different alloys in here. And she'll go back up to her.
Some power. Flex these guns. No.
Make a performance check.
No. Actually, what is my performance? Oh yeah.
Eliwick slaps you on. Well, actually, she probably can't reach your shoulder. She slaps you at the elbow. She's like, "You always know how to cheer me up, you big silly." And goes over to her drafting table, and she starts picking up a bunch of papers off the floor and crossing stuff out. And
do you need any help?
oh no, this will be fine. This will be just fine.
Are you sure?
I'm sure. Thanks for looking out, though, Crixus. I appreciate you.
I just want to know what's going on.
I know you do, but Vars is pretty insistent that this is top secret stuff.
I mean, it's me.
I know, and trust me, as soon as I have something workable, you're who I'm going to test it out on, because I know you can take a punch.
I don't know how I feel about that, but I'm okay with it, because it's you.
Of course, I wouldn't put you in any real danger. I save that for people I don't like.
Good to know. Alright, I'll leave you to it, I guess.
See you later, bud.
I won't jump around the counter this time. Just shake my head as I leave. Oh, Ellie. Make my way.
As you make your way down to your family shop, you can hear the sounds of work coming from within. You see, when you open, are you opening the door? There we go.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to finish your description, sir.
When you get through, you can see your father working at his table, pounding something. Your mom is over doing some detail work on some pieces that are nearly complete. And your sister is kind of halfway doing something to help your mom, but kind of halfway doing a teenage angsty, can't believe I have to do this.
I'm going to attempt to jump over the table again. Just
Give
see
me an
if
athletics check.
still as cool.
And I hope this one's bad.
Oh, there we go. You knock a couple things over, but you do land on your feet. It's not like you tumble down or anything.
Right.
Your dad looks up and is like, "What are you doing?"
All right. I did it earlier and it was really cool. I'm trying to practice.
You did it earlier. Where did you jump a table?
Did
you better not have been over at that gnome's place.
I was just making. Did you not hear that explosion?
Of course, I heard that explosion. That's what happens when you start doing stuff that's too advanced for blacksmithery.
I just making sure she was still alive.
Yeah. I'm sure she's fine.
A little bleeding, but she's good. I'll pick up the tools. I'll start doing helping out. If he needs help or whatever, I'll just stick around.
Oh yeah, he's fine with you helping out. At this point, we are going to cut over to Molo over in the
Molo.
markets. Molo's still in the markets.
Molo's still in the markets.
Okay.
Molo's on the market.
Molo,
I'm
the
not
Air
done with
Genasi?
the markets map, so we're going back to the city map.
Molo, are you secretly an Air Genasi?
No, I'm definitely a human.
Molo.
Molo?
You think I could just change at will?
Yes.
Yes, you're a bard.
You're
At level
Molo.
2? Molo, you make your way through the markets. You see random vendors from ships that have come in, a couple of people that don't. These are mostly people that don't live in town, selling their wares here, and then also the local fishermen. So you'll have Sam up there.
So yeah, Mola is definitely doing some generic advertisement because he was really interrupted. But he's gonna go up to like someone who's got some like vegetables or anything like that, and be like, "Hey, do you have any chickpeas?"
Say, chickpeas. I have some onions. Is that the same thing?
No. Well, you know what the difference between a chickpea and a potato is, right?
I don't know what a chickpea is, but sure.
Well, I wouldn't pay.
Is it a
I wouldn't pay
is it a
to.
starch?
I wouldn't pay to have a potato on my chest.
Make a performance check.
No.
That should be an auto nat 1.
14.
Okay, it takes him a minute, but then he's like, "Oh, it's a joke. You don't actually want to. I see. That's very funny. Are you interested in buying any of my wares?"
I got an even better deal, right? So, like, you know how like I was really interrupted earlier, right? And I said, "Hey, I'm back, and I got these new tales of me and bullywugs and all the things like that." So, how about you?
I did hear the beginning of that. Yes.
How about you and everybody around come up and see me perform tonight, right? You'll get a much better performance, right? And I won't get rudely interrupted by that silly hobgoblin up there again. But that seems like an even better deal, right? You come up there, I'll get you front center, right? You won't get a better seat in the house.
Well, if I manage to make enough money selling my vegetables, then perhaps I'd be able to do that.
You keep working on that, buddy. Yeah, just generally walking around, see if there's anybody else interested, and just trying to.
Okay.
Hey, hey, you!
You're also close enough that you definitely heard and saw the explosion at the back at Eliwick's Blacksmith.
Hey, looking to Sam. Hey, what are you doing here? And did you hear that explosion?
Yeah, Eliwick's. I don't know, doing stuff over there. You want some fish?
You want to go check over what's going on over there, and then I'll follow you? Sounds like a plan. You look big and broody, and like you're probably like the best at things. Like explosion detection.
I'm sure Eliwick's fine. I really just can't leave my fish here. The fish.
It's all right. They'll be good. And I mean, nothing's. There's no bad in like a hot fish, you know.
Look, they're already baking in the sun. Do you want a fish? And she holds out a fish to you.
No, thank you. Like I said to that person over there, see me tonight. You'll get next to center row. You know, you'll have the second best seat in the house.
She says, "Oh, I just figured, the smell of day-old fish is something you'd be familiar with."
I don't know what that means, but I like that. I like your attitude.
At this point, you're going to see the vents of Eliwick's shop open up and start venting that kind of whitish blue smoke out. And you'll soon after see Crixus come out and head down towards where his family is. And Sam just is like, "No, seriously, gotta sell my fish."
All right. How about I give you some words of encouragement? You can do it, buddy.
Thanks.
I'm not giving bardic inspiration to just words. Keep it
But
up.
she thinks you did.
Keep it up, pal. You got what it takes. You've got the
She
power.
says-
You've got the touch.
He says, you know what? It's been a long time since anyone said anything so nice to me, so this one's on the house. And she throws a fish to you.
And I will take it and slap her on the ass and say, "Good job. You're doing great."
Once again.
And sexual harassment. Here comes
to
the
make a quick
guard.
She looks at you, looks down at the fish that you slapped her with. She says, starting to regret that.
And I will put out a good word for you. Sam the fisherman. I wanna be a fisherman.
I mean, I don't
Like
want to be a
Sam
fisherman,
the
but I'm good at it.
fisherman.
Oh, okay. That sounds good. I guess I'll see you when you want more fish.
That's right. I know where to come. And I also know where to go, too.
That means two things, she says under her breath. Molo, are you gonna go check out Eliwix?
Sure.
So you saw Kappa, or you guys can't be best friends. Your names are too similar.
Damn it.
You saw Crixus come out. You saw the white-blue smoke. If you look into the shop, you can see Eliwick at her drafting table, just sort of scribbling notes on something.
Hey, what's the deal with the big explosion over here?
She turns around and she's like, "Molo, my favorite bar."
That's right. The only, the best is here. None other than the rest. Shit, I gotta
Yeah.
work on that saying. I mean,
You really
how are
do.
you?
I'm good. Got knocked around a little bit with the explosion. Sure you heard it, but working on fixing it. Working on having no more explosions.
Yeah, 'cause of poor life decisions, right?
I guess. I don't feel like it's a poor life decision. I just made a few calculation errors.
Well, you know what is a poor life decision?
What's that?
Getting a cheap
she starts-
circumcision, because then you're getting nothing but ripped off.
Ah, that's the classic Molo.
Oh my god. What is happening right now?
She gets up and goes over to the counter and she's like, "So, are you looking for anything, Molo?"
A windmill full of corpses?
All right, you lost me. I like the last joke. That one kind of fell flat. Not gonna lie.
Look, you can't have all home runs, all right? Some of them are going to be
It's-
duds.
That's true. And you know what? It's important to test out your material before you're on stage. So, I'm just here to deliver some constructive criticism. I would not tell that joke again.
All right. That's for those necromancers, right?
I don't know that we have any necromancers in town.
Oh, we should put some signs out. We were looking for one and all, live, dead, somewhere in between, all are good here.
Actually, an undead creature might be the thing to test out my power system on.
But whatever you do, don't be
Oh, yeah,
dead.
yeah.
Don't be dead before tonight, all right? Still be alive, or at least.
Hey, I never miss one of your shows.
Oh, right. I'm looking forward to it.
Unless I have a lot of work to do. But
Work can
I'm
come
sure- I'm sure it'll be
tomorrow. There's always time tomorrow.
that is certainly true. You make a great case. I'll be there.
All right. Casey McGillicuddy. Check it out.
Okay.
Does Ellie actually go to his shows?
Oh yeah, she totally does.
No.
She's a gnome. She loves shows.
She's a Molo groupie.
She's not a Molo groupie, but she does like live entertainment.
Hmm.
Okay. Let's move back to the Darkstone. Does anybody have anything else they want to do throughout the day?
Not particularly.
Can I take some time? I'll sit here and read my spellbook and take some notes and see what this dwarf is doing, but then I'll get up to leave. And can I have taken some time to ritually cast detect magic.
Yes.
I think after helping in the shop for a while, I'd probably go do quick little patrols.
Okay.
Get bored of being in the shop.
Yeah. You crave adventure. The shop is too stagnant for you.
I do, and my sister's annoying as shit.
Yeah, she definitely is. Angsty teens, man. They're the worst.
The worst.
Okay. Okay, so when you ritually cast Detect Magic, this dwarf lights up. Like, he has got magic items out the ass.
Kill him! Take his loot.
Magic items.
Let's see. So I would say that it's enough, and they're kind of like conflicting like auras, since there's enough of them that you're not really able to tell what he's got. But he's definitely got several magic items.
Alright, yeah, I'll just do that as I kind of like walk out of the inn for the day, and then I'll come back later.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just kind of do that as I kind of walk by, just so I get an idea, and then I'll go back to the lighthouse to see Kezi.
Okay. So you make your way back to the lighthouse. So I'm going to put you on the lighthouse map.
Really want to kill this dwarf now.
Let's see how your teacher kills you this time.
Yeah, I don't know. I rolled a 6 on my hit die when we leveled up, so
Ooh,
I'm slightly beefier
nice.
now. A wizard.
Okay.
Yeah.
You approach the lighthouse, and this is the library up here, and this is the lighthouse. Oh, I suppose I need to put NPCs here. It's empty!
Oh God,
She set up an ambush run.
he's missing.
It's a surprise test! Bow! All right. You approach the lighthouse door, which for once appears to be unlocked for you.
Maybe she remembered me. Oh. Let me through the door.
If you click on the door, it will
Oh, that helps.
And magic missile.
Dead.
All right, you walk in. You see the familiar bookshelves, the spiral staircase leading up to the upper level, which Kezi has never actually let you up. So basically, the way the lighthouse is set up is it's 2 levels, but the first level where you're on, the ceiling is about 50 feet high. So the top level is just like the small. It's where the crystal that is the light for the lighthouse is. That's basically the only thing up.
Okay. I'll just I'll walk over to her and see what she's.
You see her sitting at her desk. She is scribbling something on a piece of paper, and she does not appear to notice that you're here.
From a distance. Professor, thank you for leaving the door unlocked. I'm back. Professor. Inch closer. I can get close enough
Still
so I can
scribbling.
tap her. Professor Kezi, Professor.
She says, "Oh, Finn, would you like some? Oh, it's you. Where have you been?"
When we went on a mission to save Opal, which we did. She was good. The bullywugs had her.
Really?
Yeah.
Ugh, they're slimy.
Yeah, they were kind of weird. They were praying to a big like frog god thing, and he kind of showed up.
You say those words, and her eyes narrow, and she's just like, "Tell me everything in excruciating detail."
Thank God, I thought you wouldn't ask, and then I will. I will
You
tell
pull out
her every detail.
Pull out your journal in which you have recorded everything in excruciating detail.
Oh yeah.
She listens attentively. In fact, you realize over a certain amount of time she hasn't blinked once during your story.
Creepy.
And once you're
She
done,
never
she kind
sat
of
still this long, so that's also
no, like so she kind of steeples her fingers in front of her face, and she's just like, "Wow, that is not nearly as interesting as I thought it was going to be."
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was pretty. I mean, we did a pretty good job sneaking past it, but it was interesting to see the
Yeah, I can't
mountain.
believe you guys made it through that village without fighting anyone. That's wow.
I know.
I really thought there would be more going on there.
Yeah. I'm surprised we were quiet enough for it. Honestly, I mean, with this crew, we're pretty loud, just in general. No, we made it through. And then we were back, and then we were we got back to the main fountain, and a dwarf was coming out of the mayor's office, and nobody seemed very happy. You happen to know of a dwarf named? I have the name here somewhere. Mir
She gets up.
Mir Dermute? Is that how I?
She gets up and she walks over to this bookcase. And she goes, kind of looking through the books on the case. And she pulls one down, opens it up. And you see her put her finger down, and she looks at it a couple of times, and she's like, "Jasmine, that's what was missing from the tea. Got it."
Yeah, I mean, okay. Professor, do you know of any Air Genasi in town?
Ooh, no, I haven't seen one. Although I don't really leave the lighthouse that much anymore. But I haven't seen any lately. It is at this point, Reina, that you're going to hear something from upstairs. It's sort of like a low ring, like a ding, ding. And you're going to see Kezi look upstairs, look at you, look back upstairs, and go, "Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me." And then she's going to go over and run up the stairs.
Professor, can I don't want to. Has she explicitly told me not to go upstairs?
She's never explicitly told you not to go upstairs, but she's never taken you upstairs.
Okay, if I
You have
see
seen the
her-
upstairs. You've seen the upstairs. That's where the teleportation circle is that you came in on.
Okay.
But the upstairs is basically a big empty room with a teleportation circle and the crystal that is exhibiting the light.
I see her kind of take off and acting a little unusual. You know, I guess she is unusual, but yeah, I'll forget I'm there, so I'll just go quietly behind her.
Okay. Go ahead and go up the stairs.
Let's see a little thing in the middle of the stairs like normal. Is there a?
It's over here. Oh, pushed it. It's on the left side there. Over here.
Well, I don't see anything there.
Yeah, you're literally standing on top of it.
Yeah, I don't. I just see the stairs. I don't.
I mean, if we would be able to see it, no, I can't see it either. So
Here, I'll just move the party token in there. Does nobody see these stairs?
no,
No? That's super weird.
I don't know, different layer.
I don't think so. The wall layer should be the same. Whatever, I'll just move your token.
Okay.
I'm just going to put you there for a second so I can select both tokens. Yeah. You make your way up the stairs, where you see the first thing, obviously, is the massive crystal that puts out the blue light of the lighthouse. And you see Kezi standing in front of the teleportation circle. And in the center of the circle is a man that you recognize as being the headmaster of the university. But for a moment, you think that he has teleported in until you realize he's vaguely ethereal. So this is just like a projection of him. And you see Kezi with her arms crossed in front of her chest, looking more or less pissed. I don't think I've ever actually told you who he is, have I?
Oh, I don't believe so.
His name is Godfrey, and he is a tiefling. So you see Godfrey and Kezi standing there, and you were behind Kezi enough that you missed the very first part of this conversation, but you would just see Kezi saying, absolutely the fuck not, and Godfrey going, look, Kezi, I don't really want you here either, but we really need your expertise in this particular subject. And she says, I left the university for a reason. I can barely stand having one student. And she looks over her shoulder and sees you and waves. And she says, I don't want to be a professor at your stupid school. And he says, the school has done wonders for you. You wouldn't be near the wizard you are without it. She says, that is besides the point. I don't belong there. I'm here. I like it here. I like running the lighthouse. I don't want to come back and do, he puts air quotes on, research. Do you want to do anything?
No, I don't. No, I don't think so. I think I will just kind of sit quietly and see what they're saying because I don't want to interrupt their, like the dean of the university, basically, right? Head of the university.
Yeah. Godfrey throws his arms up in the air and he says, it's not research, Kezi. This is something real. This is something, frankly, outside of my knowledge base. I need someone who knows about these things. She's like, what would I even do there? What would happen? The lighthouse is very important. What would happen if I left for, however long you needed me? I'm sure your apprentice is familiar with the lighthouse and how it works at this point. And she says, I mean, of course she is. She knows exactly how the lighthouse works, but still, I am needed in order to keep things adequate here. And then you see Godfrey's face kind of fall and say, you haven't taught her how the lighthouse works, have you? And Kate's like, that's none of your business. The bottom line, Kezi, is I need you here. You are still a member of this university's masters. You need to come in and help me with this. Does Reina want to do anything yet?
Professor, I'm sure I could figure out the lighthouse if you're needed. If the university is requesting someone of your caliber, it must be important. I can learn fast. I promise.
Godfrey looks over Kezi's shoulder and sees you there, and then gestures at Kezi and says, see, she's a smart girl. She can figure it out. How fucking difficult is it to power up a crystal that emits light? It doesn't even do anything fun. And Kezi's like, see, this is why you don't run the lighthouse, Godfrey. This is why you don't run the lighthouse. Fine. Give me a day or two, and I'll leave the lighthouse with my capable apprentice. And Godfrey says, Reina? He says, she says, yes, that one. He says, all right, you have one day to get your affairs in order and get over here. You'll probably only be here for a couple of days at most. She says, fine. And then she just doesn't even say goodbye or anything. She just turns and walks up to you. And Godfrey's like, okay, I'll see you tomorrow. And then his visage just sort of disappears from the circle. Kezi says, It appears that I'm being called back to the university for some artifact that no one else apparently can deal with. So I'm going to have to leave you in charge of the Lighthouse. Is that something you feel like you can handle?
Yes. I'm for sure, definitely. I can help. I can do that for you. I promise. I can do it.
Okay. And then she walks past you and up to the crystal.
I get a new bottle of ink. Do I think I have enough ink left? Yeah, I think I'll have enough for taking my notes in, but I'll have to go get more depending on how much she talks.
She puts a hand out and touches the crystal, and you can see just some arcane power flowing through her arm into the crystal. And the crystal, it has always had like a blue light to it, and it just becomes much more intense and brighter as it shines much more brightly after she does that. And she turns around and looks at you and she says, "That's how you maintain the lighthouse." And then she starts to walk towards the stairs.
Some more details. Just basic things. What did you do and how did you do it?
Oh, right. She walks back up to the crystal. She says, "Put your hand out and touch the crystal."
Shock me, don't shock me, don't shock me. Touching the crystal.
It doesn't shock you, but you can definitely feel like your body's full of static electricity. Like your hair starts to stand out. Like this crystal is not just emitting light, this is some sort of magic conduit. And so Kezi just is over your shoulder and she says, "Now, whilst touching the crystal, cast a spell."
Any spell?
Any spell will do for now.
Cantrip, any.
Any spell will do for now.
Okay. I'll cast Firebolt.
Okay. You cast Firebolt, and instead of a mote of fire coming out of your hand, you can feel the crystal just kind of pull. Like it's almost like it's pulling your hand into itself, right? But it's a solid object. You don't go into it. It just feels like it's almost like a magnet pulling on you. And you see that little tiny bit of arcane energy arcing down your arm and out your palm into the crystal. What is Reina's favorite color?
Blue.
Okay, the crystal maintains its blue light, but it dims significantly. It is a much less intense, much less brilliant blue light. And Kezi says, "The more powerful the spell, the more potent the light."
Equals more light. How many times do I have to do that? A day?
He says, "If you're gonna do that, then you're gonna have to do it about, I don't know, 6, 7, 8, maybe 10 times a day with a cantrip."
Oh no. Okay. Sure.
She says, the more power you put into the crystal, the more it stays lit.
Okay, so I'm still learning. So I don't have very high level things or things I can do. Do you want to maybe leave some like scrolls or something that I can read to help fuel this? Cause I'll be up here. I'll be up here anyways all day and all night. But because I just don't have very much power quite yet, though you've taught me several ways to die. But is there anything I can use to help amplify that? Or?
I'm sure that I can come up with something. She's going to put a hand on the crystal, and you're going to see where yours was like a faint line coming through your arm into the crystal. Her entire arm is lit up with this arcane energy as she pulses something into the crystal, and it explodes in blue light. And she says, "That should maintain it for the rest of the day. But yes, I can see that we'll need to up the ante, as it were, if I'm going to leave you for any length of time. I'll have to write some up." And then she walks towards the stairs.
God, I want to be you when I grow up. Okay, thank you, Professor. I'll keep doing this. Is there anything else to watch while you're gone?
She's already down the stairs.
Sprint after.
You got this.
Can you guys see the stair icon here?
No.
Nope. That's so weird. Okay, Reina, you go down the stairs as fast as you can. You can see Kezi going over to her desk, pulling out a scroll piece. So spell scrolls are written on special pieces of paper, not regular papers. She pulls out a spell scroll. It is blank, and she starts writing on it. And she's like, "Is there anything in particular you want to put on here?"
No. Whatever you think will work best to keep the crystal powered in case I run out of juice for it. But if you write one that's handy, I can maybe study it. So something useful would be cool. But whatever you feel is best, Professor.
So bear in mind for spell scrolls, this is just a mechanics thing. If it is of a level that is higher than you can cast, you have to make an Arcana check in order to cast it. So the higher level it is, the more difficult it is going to be for you to pass it.
Makes sense.
Just a heads up. So she will put a random spell on here. I will roll a die to see what that spell is.
Fireball.
Ooh, 20.
Something that hurts me probably if it goes off.
So she is putting, with a 20, it's going to be a pretty high roll, but not that high. So it is going to be a 5th level spell. I should have organized this list better. Oh, shit, I can organize this list better. There we go. Oh, cool. She puts Bigby's hand on it.
Nice.
Okay. So she starts writing, and you can tell what the spell is as she starts, but she looks over her shoulder and says, "This is going to take a minute if you have other things you need to do."
I mean, it's still middle of the afternoon, right? Like, it's not that late.
Yeah, so what we're going to do, the way I'm going to do this is if anybody wants to do anything, we're going to do that now, and then we'll cut to the end of the day.
I will sit over her shoulder and watch her write out the spell.
As she's writing it out, and you can tell that she's making it into Bigby's hand, she says, "Now, if you're going to cast this spell into the crystal, it doesn't really matter. But if you are going to cast this spell normally, it's important to yell, 'Bigby's hand!' when you do it."
Oh, I was 1,000,000% already going to do that. Yes, Professor. Purple component, got it.
It's actually the most important part of the most important part of the spell.
Wow factor,
Oh,
yeah, I get you.
so we will cut over to probably Kappa, I guess. Since Kappa, you were just in the bar observing the dwarf.
Mm-hmm. Observing him, the people he's looking at, people he's talking to.
Okay, so you know that the Darkstone doesn't really get busy until the evening, but people kind of cycle in and out throughout the day. So you see that this dwarf does not move from his spot. He continues to drink ale after ale, occasionally getting something to eat. And when people walk in, give me a perception check.
Oh, why can't you pick something I'm good at?
Because you're trying to look at him. Okay, with a 21. So you can see that as people walk in, if he hasn't seen them before, he's murmuring something under his breath every time somebody new walks in. If it is somebody that has already walked in, then he doesn't do that.
So Kappa, not knowing magic but being familiar with the concept, probably assumes it's some sort of spell.
You could
And
probably assume that.
yeah, he's very curious as to what he's doing, but he's just going to keep watching him. Not
Okay.
like staring at him across the table type of watch, but occasional like corner of the eye type of watch.
Ooh, in that case, we're going to need a stealth check. Contested by
18.
his perception. Okay. He does not seem to react to you. But he doesn't get up from his spot. At this point, he is strictly observing. Is there anything else Kappa wants to do, or are you just going to hang out watching him until evening time?
Kappa is also going to tell the, I forget the lady's name that runs the place.
Leda.
Leda. He's going to tell Leda that the next time the Lighthouse nerd comes in to give her an actual drink, and he'll pay for it.
She winks at you and says, "Oh, you're cruel and I love it." Kappa, after a little while of you observing... Oh, I didn't actually light this map up, did I?
You also, yeah.
And then let me put the party in here since you all are in different places. Because Crixus and Reina are not here. After a little while, Jin, the guard, comes in and sits down at your table and discreetly says, "What are you doing?"
Enjoying a drink. What are you doing?
Make a deception check.
Oh no. 13.
Okay, well, 13. Jin kind of slowly nods at you and she says, "That's good. I'm here." And she kind of looks, she doesn't look at the dwarf, but you can tell that she kind of puts her head up and like does a little quick eye. Just kind of looks around. She's like, "I'm observing. Have you noticed anything out of the ordinary today here, particularly? Perhaps on the west side of the room?"
I mean, I'll be honest, that dwarf over there is kind of creeping me out. Every time someone walks in, he's waving his fingers and murmuring under his breath. Pretty sure it's, what do you call that? Magic. Yeah, that stuff.
I see.
I don't know what it is, but something.
Make one more perception check.
The dwarf is staring right at us during this conversation. Natural 20.
Ooh, okay. You see Jin, and you pretty much had to get a nat 20. I guess a 19 would also have done it. You see Jin sleight of hand something under the table. It is if I'm not mistaken. What the fuck? Get out of here. Okay. I thought that my D&D Beyond should it's a ring that she carefully puts on one of her fingers, not wanting anyone to observe her. And actually, she's going to make a quick perception check. Nope, she does not notice that you noticed.
But Kappa will let her know that he knows by saying someone proposed to you, or are you doing something sneaky?
She'll laugh a little bit and she'll say, "I'm doing something sneaky."
I like it.
"Do me a favor." She stands up. "Don't do anything stupid while I'm gone." And then she's going to walk out of the establishment.
Don't do anything stupid while she's gone. That's all I do, though. I only do stupid things.
Danica, is there anything else you would like to be doing?
I would say she's trying to flirt with the dwarf, most likely very unsuccessfully.
Even if you're unsuccessful, I'm going to say that it's distracting to him. So if he's making perception checks on people coming in and out, I'm going to have him roll at disadvantage.
Do I hear any of what he's muttering? Like as I'm sitting there, like notice that he's saying anything? Any type of pattern?
Well, he will talk to you as long as you're there. Like he doesn't like kick you out of his table or anything, but you can tell that he is just kind of giving you not very much attention. Wait a second. Can you guys see through the walls?
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I was very zoomed in, so I couldn't. The answer is yes.
How does that happen?
Like, why is there a
Why do you-
random stove right here?
Don't worry about that.
Who put the stove in the middle of the field? We grilling?
Don't
This is
worry
the
about
next
the
great
stove.
Barbecue.
Pay no
Front
attention
door
to the
plot.
stove.
One
It
stove.
has
I know
nothing to
the
do
lighthouse.
with
That's
making
like
an
a random
accidental click and not doing it until I did this, until I imported the map.
Well, there's also like this
that's
random
weird
chair outside
that
the
you guys
lighthouse
can
too.
see. I see. It's because that's what I need to do. Okay, how about now? Can you guys still see through the walls?
No.
No.
Perfect. Now there's no stove.
Why are you trying to hide something?
It's the key to everything.
Maybe.
Somebody write that
The
down.
SWAT team is stacking outside the door.
The stove
Okay.
is important. Check it out.
So,
3 seconds
Danica, I'm going
later.
to have you make a perception check.
Give myself guidance as I try and live in. Say, help me, magic friend.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Okay. When you cast guidance on yourself, he looks at you very intently
Ooh.
and
I
says, "What are you doing?" Still make your perception check, but yeah, when you cast that spell, he is very interested.
I don't exactly know what I do. Does that not work?
Nothing has come through for me yet.
Okay. Oh shit! Why are you being a dick? Plus
Because fuck you, that's why.
Ooh.
23.
Ooh, 23. Okay, yeah, so during his conversations with you, he's kind of giving you being terribly rude, but he's clearly not engaged in your conversation until you cast that spell, at which point it is 100% eyes on you. And he says, I'm a little familiar with magic, but that's not something I've seen before.
Is that magic?
Oh,
I don't know
and
I don't know what I do.
your perception check, yeah, you definitely see him. You don't think that he is a caster himself. You think that what he's doing is activating an item that he has when he's doing something. That's what you'll get with a 23 perception check. But yeah, now that you've cast a spell that he doesn't recognize how you've done it, he is intently interested in you.
Yeah. Yes.
And as soon as he becomes interested in you, Vaughn, who has not left your side this whole time, is once again just like he's like sort of hiding behind you, looking around at this dwarf, and periodically being like, ah! And then if the dwarf ever acknowledges him, he just kind of hides behind your leg.
she'll take a deep breath to kind of push out a little bit. She'll be like, I don't know what I do, but I'm very powerful, and she'll snap her fingers and thaumaturgy and dim all the torches in the room.
At that
And
point,
then-
Leda looks around and says, "Hey, who's fucking with the lights?"
This guy, it's this guy, I pointed the dwarf. He's fucking with shit.
She comes over. Make a deception check.
Do, 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 do.
19.
Yeah, but that guy saw the whole thing.
She looks at you, looks at the dwarf, and she walks up and she says, "Look, you're giving me good business today, so I'm not going to kick you out, but I am going to have to ask that you not mess with my interior lighting. It all has to be very, very delicately balanced so that my husband doesn't have any eye problems. He is, after all, from the Underdark. So please quit screwing with the lights."
Yeah, guys.
The dwarf looks at you, looks at Leda, looks back at you, and smiles and says, "My dear lady, I promise not to fuck with the lights anymore." He says, "Okay, good." And he says, "In fact, for your troubles," and he slides a gold piece across the table to her. And she takes it and she's like, "Oh, all right, hun, no problems here."
As soon as she walks away, I dim the torches again.
And he looks back at you, Danica. He looks back at you, Danica, and he says, "Clever. I like you."
I like you too.
He says, "If only there were a Triton around, I could really go for one of those."
Oh, I know this guy. I don't know if you could handle him though. He's blue. Are they blue?
They're kind of a blue-green.
Yeah. I know a guy. He would like you.
All right. Unless anybody has anything else they want to do, we're going to cut to the evening.
Okay.
Good.
At which point,
Fire rains from the sky. Will die.
Yes. Molo, are you going to return to the Darkstone?
Sure, I've done enough scouting, done enough advertising. I feel like I got a good crowd coming in tonight, or at least they said there's definitely a lot of maybes, some yeses. So yeses mean maybe, maybe mean probably not, no means definitely not. So I feel like I got a good crowd coming.
Is anybody not going to be at the Darkstone for the evening?
I'd probably show up there at some point.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
Kappa's there, and you guys are the two best friends that anyone could ever have.
That's right.
Are you sure you don't want to hang out with his sister?
I will murder.
I'd rather be hanging out with the sister, but I gotta watch the dwarf.
Oh, I'm watching him.
And as the crowd funnels in for the evening, Eliwick comes in, sits at a table. She waves at you, Crixus.
Wait, back.
She is joined by Ilksy, the general store owner.
Molo, let's get drunk.
All right, who's buying? You, me? We going back and forth?
Drinks are on you. You said it earlier, remember?
I bet Mello loves
Who's
going back
talking?
and forth.
Look, sure. Well, I'll get the first 2 rounds. How about that? And then we'll go like dodgeball rules, right? I buy 2, you buy 2, I buy 2, kind of like that.
Sure. She's gonna walk over.
So the Harangon family is here. Sam the half elf is here.
She's gonna whisper to the chick that all her.
What do you
drinks
wanna say
are
to
on
Lady?
Molo. That all the Molo said all the drinks were on him that she drinks.
Make a deception check.
Seabass and the fellas said there's
Ooh, it's gotta be good. She rolled good on her insight.
Oh,
There it is.
She looks at you and looks at Molo and says, "I know Molo pretty well at this point, hon. I don't think that that's what we're gonna do today."
Okay.
He says, "Nice try, though. Can't blame you for trying." Mayor Harbek is going to sit at the table with the dwarf. Notably absent is Opal. Kezi never really comes down. And Crixus, your family's not here.
do I know why they're not there?
Yeah, you probably do.
I would hope I would.
So they didn't come. They didn't come because oh my God, why can't I remember her name? Heron wanted more magic training from your mom, and they've been working really hard on that. And your father wants to make sure that she is doing her utmost to get her studies done, so he is just being stern dad today. Nothing nefarious. They're just not here. But Opal is almost always here.
And
At
she's
least I got
not.
Opal.
Does anyone want to do anything?
Start
Molo,
drinking
are you gonna
Molo
make up
before the show starts.
I'm gonna say to Leda, I'm like, all right, Leda, all right, or actually, I'm more like, how about a round for the avenging parties that just saved Opal? And I'm gonna look to Leda and be like, I'm gonna give her the sign that we've come up where I'm like, I want to give them the lowest shelf of alcohol, like just barely above drinkable. You know, like I want the cheapest things for everyone else, but for me the usual type of thing.
You're that guy.
I'm gonna say that Leda knows you well enough right now. She smiles, nods, and winks, and she's like, "You got it. One round on Molo."
Nothing but the good stuff for my friends that saved Opal. Woohoo!
She brings you all drinks, and do you drink them?
Chug.
Yeah.
Hopefully
right.
you don't have a
Everybody
hangover
roll me.
tomorrow.
Fine.
Everybody, roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Oof.
Oh wait, I just realized Lighthouse Nerd is here. Haha.
Yes. Oh no. Okay, well.
Molo, you'll make yours at advantage since you're drinking better alcohol.
Okay.
Why does the wizard have a better con than me?
Wow.
Because Constitution is not a dump stat for casters.
Yeah.
Oh, it isn't.
It is
Gotta
so
keep my shit
critical. Okay. Wow, you all did okay, but not great. So this is the worst drink you've ever had. But you do keep it down. You do stomach it. But you keep it down. You do stomach it.
Why does this taste like
Let's see.
fish?
Sam looks up and says, "Huh?
Just don't ask
Oh,
questions.
not talking to me this time."
You've never had fish ale before? Oh man, you're in for a treat. Another fish ale for everybody.
God,
This fish
please
ale,
stop,
like,
Molo.
No.
Make his a double.
Oh, yes, more. The more you drink, the better it tastes.
Leda's like, "Well, that's certainly true."
Also, nachos for the table.
Leda will poke her head in back and say, "One plate of nachos on," and you'll hear Dimble say, "Nachos? Oh, all right. I'll try and make something work here."
Do we even know what nachos are?
You have a
Dimble
chimichanga?
knows what nachos
You do now.
are. I'm gonna have everybody make me a perception check. Molo, you'll make yours at disadvantage since you're all the way up on stage.
Ooh, nice. 30-20.
21.
Okay. Nice.
Five.
So Kappa and Reina, you are the only ones who can hear the conversation going on between the so far unnamed dwarf and Mayor.
No one has asked
Mayor,
Dwarf what his name is.
not one of you.
Wow, guys. Wow.
Hey, we didn't say we were good spies.
Mayor Harbek is going to talk to the unnamed dwarf and say, "Well, have you found what you're looking for?" And the unnamed mysterious sexy dwarf is going to say, "No, not yet. As you said, I probably won't find it, but I have been enjoying people watching from this tavern. You've got quite the diverse group of townfolk." Mayor Harbek will say, "Yes, it's something we pride ourselves on, being inclusive and not kicking people out of kingdoms because they might be different from someone else. I keep wanting to say his name, and I have to keep stopping myself. The unnamed dwarf says, "Look, you know that I had nothing to do with that. No one I know had anything to do with that. That's not a thing that concerns me. I'm just from there." And the mayor's like, I know, it sometimes just comes out a bit. But hopefully, you'll be on your way tomorrow, and everything will be fine." And unnamed dwarf says, "Oh, of course, I'm sure that nothing untoward will be happening on your watch here."
And then the Air Genasi walks in.
No, but somebody does walk in. Stupid icon. Oh my god, where are you? There we go. Marcus, the old librarian, comes and sits down next to you, Kappa, and says, "Oh, is anyone sitting here?
No, I don't believe so.
You don't mind if I don't really like to sit by myself. I don't get out too much anymore." And he
Well, of course
drops
not,
a big
friend.
book.
Pull up the seat.
He drops a big book on the table, and Lokag comes and sits down at the other chair and says, "Marcus, I haven't seen you out of the library in ages. What brings you out here?" He says, "Well, I heard that there was going to be a particularly good performance, and so I wanted to make sure I didn't miss it, so I could catalog it in the book, the book of the town." He says, "Oh yeah, if everything I know about old Molo is that true, then he's going to put on a hell of a show."
Although I expect
Molo,
you to be singing.
are you going to put on a hell of a show?
Well, once there was some bullywugs, and now there's no more bullywugs. And then we went across the lake, and we saw some more toads. And then we brought back the opal.
We have unleashed a monster.
Yes.
As soon as he starts playing, Danica climbs up on the bar and starts dancing.
This is
Molo,
totally going
make
on
me a
YouTube, and I
performance
love
check.
every minute of it.
I'm gonna do. If anyone's seen Arrested Development, the chicken dance. It's like, does anyone ever seen a chicken?
Molo,
Danica's
give
white
me a
guy
performance
dancing.
check. Oh, I'm going to need a performance check from you also then.
23.
And pretty quickly into it, try and pull Reina up with her.
Ooh, Reina, do you resist or do you get up on the table?
No.
Oh, I'm trying to pull her up.
All right, give me a contested athletics check.
Oh god.
Reina, you can either use athletics or acrobatics in the contest.
Oh, well, acrobatics then, I guess. Oh god, I don't think it matters.
Ooh,
11.
it's a roll off, baby. Everybody roll again.
Rollies.
Oh,
Roll again.
nice.
Rollies.
Yep.
Roll.
Athletics from Danica. Either athletics or
as-
acrobatics from Reina.
So as we're kind of struggling, she'll really want to do it, so she'll cast guidance on herself too.
Oh god, you don't have to, man. That's a 3.
Oh.
I guess silver
Reina,
bars is
you
not
are.
needed.
Reina, you are up on the bar, dancing against your will. Like Danica just kind of has you by the arms and is making you dance.
And Molo's adding on. See, we are half of this party. There's 1, 2, 3, and the other 3 are in the crowd. Boom, boom, boom. Come up on stage.
Are any of you getting up on stage?
We're
Don't
staying
be
on the bar.
shy. We're all friends in here.
Like a Kappa.
I'm gonna go try to save Reina. Hold my seat, Crixus.
Got you, buddy. If you need assistance.
I might. Danica seems kind of strong, not gonna lie.
I'm pretty buff.
Yeah.
All right. So against all odds, Molo puts on a hell of a performance, and everybody is super into it because that's a fucking 23. Um,
Ugh.
everybody's real stoked.
Are
And
they?
somebody, yeah. I mean, Reina's not.
I was gonna say, is Reina?
Kappa's
He's
gonna
having a
go
bad time.
try to pick up Reina and get her off the bar, and hopefully Danica doesn't yank her arms off.
This is
All right.
this is somehow worse. This is worse.
Ath-
Now I'm being tossed
athletics.
around.
I need athletics from Danica and athletics from Kappa.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Yeah. No
Shit.
acrobatics since you're trying to get somebody away from her.
I rolled so bad.
Oh no.
Oh man, Danica didn't even roll good, but she still did better than you. It now appears that all three of you are on the bar dancing.
Oh yeah.
Crixus
Hand
is
around both of their shoulders, just swaying with the music.
Hey everyone, we got a
Dying.
Coyote Ugly situation. Everyone up on the bar.
dying
Late-
hysterically.
Kappa's
Later
gonna
comes
look
out
at
and he's
you
like,
I'm so
please
sorry.
don't get on the bar. Please don't. In fact, please get down off the bar before somebody has a problem.
It's made of wood. It's real sturdy. Don't worry about it.
Kappa's gonna
Jesus.
whisper to Reina and be like, I'm so sorry, I came to save you, and now I'm stuck with you.
She stares
Leave
at
him alone. Thank you.
Molo. She's like, no, please don't get up on my bar. While this is
Oh
happening,
my god.
while
Put
this
it
is
stage
happening,
over here.
Opal comes up to you, Crixus, and says, have you seen Kappa? Oh
yeah,
my.
yeah. Just
Oh.
laughing, belly laughing and pointing. Can't even get
Wow.
words out.
That is not something I expected to see.
Nope. Best day ever.
13.
Okay, well, Crixus, give me a perception check.
Gonna go well.
Lots of perception checks today. Okay.
I am
Oofta.
hilariously laughing.
Okay, so she walks around the table and up to you, Kappa, and starts tugging on your clothes, and she's like, Kappa, I think I've done it. I think I finished it.
Great, I'd get off the bar, but my shoulder is being crushed.
Kappa, make an athletics check.
Do
Danica,
you
make an
need
athletics.
assistance?
Kappa, you are able to extricate yourself from the Danica situation.
I would like
Do I
to
see this
fall
going
backwards
on?
off the bar.
Ooh, okay. If you would like to do that, I'm not even going to make you roll for it. You can just do that.
Yeah, like she's trying to hold on to him, and then as soon as he moves away, she like loses her balance and just falls on her bum on the floor behind the bar.
As you fall down, Leda comes up and says, she's not hurt. She's not hurt. This is definitely not an insurance claim of any kind. She's totally fine.
I'm okay.
Yeah, you are. You're good.
You should give me a drink to make up for that. I could have hurt myself.
You know what? I will give you a drink as long as you pay for it.
It's on Molo, remember?
Of course. Winking at you. And then let's make a quick sleight of hand check for Leda. Ooh, that is a 23 for her sleight of hand check to grab some money out of your pocket.
Ooh, you're
She
getting
says, "Yep,
handsy.
nope." She winks at you and says, don't you know it, baby? So
You know where I keep
Opal hands to Kappa a very large potion bottle with a potion inside that is sort of like, it almost looks like two liquids, one red and one green in a swirl. And she says, I think this will help. I don't know that it'll have any permanent effect, but if that flower you brought me, well, I guess I was there for it, but you still did bring it to me. So there. But if that does what I think it's going to do, I think that it will at least help your situation.
Thank you, Opal. Thank you so much.
All right.
Ooh, is that more alcohol?
No.
Opal says, please, my body is a temple. I don't drink alcohol. I'm gonna go back to my place and do some yoga. And then she starts to make her way out.
Bye, hippie cat.
Kappa, because I am a bad DM, I still did not make your place where you and your sister and your mom live. So if
You have
you
no-
want to roleplay that out, it will be theater of the mind, but we can do that if you would like to rush out to do that.
Yeah, he probably would. He'd probably make sure his friend got off the bar safely and didn't also fall off.
Oh, yeah, the
Andrew
second
did.
she got let go.
Okay. And then when the Reina saves, like, okay, hey Reina, the old man over there is making a book. I think you'd like it. See you later. And he runs away.
Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut to Kappa's home, and then we'll cut back to here when we're done role playing that. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So Kappa, you exit the city, and Reina is going. Okay. Kappa, you go out through the southern entrance there, make it to your place. Your sister greets you at the entrance and says, "Well, you've been gone for some time, brother. I thought that you weren't going to be gone that long. I thought you were just getting some health potions."
Well, I was, but you see, Opal got kidnapped, and it's
What?
a long story. It's a long story.
By who? Who would kidnap Opal?
Some frog people, bullywugs, I think is what she called them. It's a long
I'll
story.
fucking kill those bullywugs.
Oh, I already killed some of them. It's okay. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Anyways, we did it to get a special flower to make this, and I'll show her the potion. And be like, and she thinks it will help. Maybe not, cure it, but bring her back.
Okay. Let's try it.
That's the plan. Let's go.
Okay. Let's go. And she basically drags you into the. Oh my god! Words.
Yep.
The room where
Bedroom.
the room where your mom is creepy.
The room where my mom is catatonic. That one?
Yes, the catatonic room. And yeah, there's your mom lying on a little bed. She's got, your sister's got a pot with some cold water and a washcloth that she dabs at her forehead with. But she is just laying there, breathing reasonably easily. She hasn't gotten to the labored breathing stage yet, but you can see, especially around her eyes, the black tendrils under her skin coursing throughout her body.
Gross. He's gonna very gently just kind of start putting the potion, letting her swallow it, put a little more in.
Okay, so as you try and prop your mom up in order to get this potion into her mouth, you can tell that her body is it's stiff like somebody who's in rigor. Like, it is really difficult to get her to bend in a way that she could drink this potion, but you do manage it. And then when you try and get it in her mouth, it's the same thing. It's almost like lockjaw, where you've really got to pry her jaw open in order to get this in. But you do eventually get this potion into her, and at first nothing happens. And then you can see some of those black tendrils retract just a little bit, not a lot. And her eyes flutter. She looks, and you can see her starting to focus just a little bit, and she looks at you and starts to reach a hand out. And as she moves, you can hear her joints popping and crackling as she reaches out towards you. And she just goes, "Captain." And then her arm falls back down.
Is she like back asleep now?
No, sorry. She is still just kind of barely conscious.
Oh, okay. Then he's gonna reach down and take her
not
hand.
mention that part.
I was like, did she just pass the fuck back out again? Is she dead?
No, so her breathing is now much faster. Like, she's not in a terrible amount of pain, but she's certainly uncomfortable. But yeah, her eyes are kind of. You can tell that they're trying to focus on you, and she's just really struggling.
Yeah, he's just gonna take her hand and stay there at her side and just be with her. and see if
she maintains.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, see if she gets better, stays the same, gets worse again.
So she maintains consciousness, but doesn't have much control over her body for most of the night. And then towards the morning, she's gonna fall back into that sleep. And it's kind of hard to tell whether it's the illness or whether she was just up all night trying to stay awake and couldn't anymore. But this potion did have a positive effect.
Perfect. Wonderful.
Okay. We are going to cut back to the Darkstone. Reina, you, Crixus are sitting at a table with Lokag and Marcus. And you see that Marcus has this big book, but isn't actually writing anything in it. Do either of you want to do anything?
I want to sit in Crixus's lap.
Nope. Immediately kicks her off.
Like, how you doing?
Lexi, you're muted if you're talking.
No, sorry, I ran downstairs to get a snack because I thought I had time.
Oh. Don't you know there's never time? You never know when I'm going to cut to your character.
It is probably accurate, but sorry, yeah. No, I'm good. I just want to get off the bar and not have anybody. So I'm going to go sit down by the guy with the book.
Yeah, you're sitting down at the table with Crixus, Marcus, and Lokag. Marcus has this big book, but he's not actually writing anything in it.
And Danica is trying to sit in Crixus's lap.
Yeah. Yep. Danica and Crixus are kind of fighting over his lap.
Hell, as long as they're not fighting with me, I'm good.
I'm just going to sit down. We'll talk about the first thing that comes up.
Boy.
Vaughn says, what does that mean?
I don't know. I heard a guy say it one time.
Oh, okay.
It's just talking.
So, speaking of Vaughn, actually, Danica, Vaughn has been totally unengaged with Molo's awesome performance and even your dancing, and has been continually being scared of this dwarf for him.
Whisper to him, why are you so scared? Did a dwarf hurt you before?
Man. He's definitely a bad man.
How do you know?
I just know. He's just bad.
Do we need to kill him?
Escalate quickly.
Maybe.
Whisper to Crixus.
Kill bad men?
Yeah, Crixus. I think we need to kill this dwarf over here.
Why are we just killing dwarfs?
Well, I don't know. Juan says he's bad.
Who said?
We kill bad people, right? Juan.
Juan said this?
Juan. The 8-year-old child, who is definitely a child and not a reasonable person.
I thought you said Vaughn as the guard captain.
No, Vaughn is a literal child.
Juan, he knows stuff. He's very smart.
It's a child, and I don't kill people on the word of a child.
Oh, well, no.
That's kind of weird.
Maybe
Maybe
I'll use my feminine.
Go ahead, use your feminine what?
Feminine wiles.
Yeah, try that. Try that first.
Well, little brother, you don't want to look. Let's just say that. And she'll go over by him.
God.
Jesus. I guess I walked right into this one.
You really did. You set yourself up for it.
And she'll kind of reach out to stroke his cheek and be like, by the way, I never caught your name, little man.
Oh, as soon as you reach out to touch him, make me a dex save, actually. Let's see if you can avoid this.
Really not.
Nope. So you reach out to touch him, and just before you do, he grabs your wrist and pulls you down to his level, and you realize that there's a knife at your neck. And he says, "Please don't touch me."
I wasn't going to hurt you. It's supposed to feel
I know.
nice.
He says, I know you weren't going to hurt me. That was not anything that crossed my mind.
Do
I
see
could hurt you if I wanted to.
Give me a perception check. I'll let you roll it at advantage since you were just talking to her about
I mean,
it.
it's not going to help, but I appreciate it.
Ooh.
Oh, shit. 19 minus 1. So.
Yeah, you absolutely see this.
Do the long sigh, put the hands on the table, stand up.
Crixus, are you gonna go handle that? Whatever that's is.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just going to walk up.
Get a second.
There's a child in my way. I'm going to like pick up the child and move him out of the way.
You do like Arnold Schwarzenegger and that baby in Terminator 2.
Yeah.
Like,
Both arms are grabbed by the shoulders, move. I know my friend is a little odd, but I'm going to need you to remove the knife.
Mayor Harbek is also going to be like, please, Desdrum, we don't need any bloodshed here.
Yeah,
And
Desdrum.
Desdrum, because that's his name and everyone knows now, is going to smile, slowly remove the knife from Danica's neck, put it in a sheath, and say, of course, I just don't react well to being touched. No harm, no foul, right? And he caresses your cheek, Danica.
Oh, I want to hit him with something so bad. He pulled her towards her, so she's leaned towards him. So
yeah, he basically pulled your head down to his level. Like, grabbed your wrist and yanked your arm down.
She'll take a deep breath and wink at him awkwardly.
You good now, Danica?
She'll walk over and you saved me. Give you a big hug.
For some reason, I saw this as a dwarf. I would have been.
It is
here.
also a dwarf.
Yeah,
that is.
I would have been over here.
Nick.
I would have been next to you. Sorry.
I figured you just approached the table.
Yeah.
She'll give you a big hug and whisper in your ear. See, I told you he was bad. He's a dick.
Yeah, he is kind of dickish. You're right.
He's definitely bad.
I do like the awkward, like, petting a child that I don't want to touch, like on the top of the head. Just, yep. I should have listened. I'm sorry.
Is that it? Are you wearing a dagger, or are you just happy to see me?
I do the same thing to Danica I did to the child. And you're done.
Let's cut over to Reina real quick.
I'll go back.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna go back.
Okay.
She's gonna try and sit.
Reina, you were gonna. We're gonna say that Crixus scoots his chair all the way in, so his lap is not exposed. Reina, were you gonna talk to Marcus?
Yeah. The middle of all that. What book you got there, Marcus? You know me. I always like to know.
He looks over and says, "Oh, it's the latest book of the town, where we keep all of the records, and I brought it along so that I could make notes and wow, it's been quite an evening, hasn't it?"
Yeah. Probably best to leave whatever that was out of it, just to keep us all feeling good. Probably don't include that part. Just talk about the performance, which is okay. And if you could leave me off dancing on the bar, also good.
Oh no, that's definitely going in there. That was a critical part of that performance. That was a hell of a song.
Yeah. Okay. If you have a record of the whole town, do you happen to know of any Air Genasi in town or around town, or was the people that showed up a few months back?
Well, I mean, I have records, but Air Genasi are quite rare. I would certainly remember. I would think I might. I don't think we've had any recently, but they usually just pass through. They're fairly nomadic people.
What about our new dwarven friend over there? Have you seen him before?
He looks over at Dresdrum and he's like, "Oh, I've not seen him before, but he certainly looks like a rough customer, if you know what I mean. Seems quite a capable dwarf there."
Doesn't he like it rough?
Yes, I saw your interaction. He does appear to like that.
He's kind of a dick. And she'll stage whisper it where it's really not not quiet.
Do you have you ever seen something like this happen before, where the mayor lets people in without the right paperwork and things? Is that before?
Oh no, it's quite rare. I mean, Respite is sort of famous as a town you can go to start over if you're on not on the run necessarily, but if you're it's a place you can go where you'll be accepted no matter what, because that's the sort of town we have here. But so being allowed to search for a person or persons to extricate them or extradite them or what have you is quite rare indeed.
Rare indeed. Well, it's been an interesting night to say the least. Did you get enough for your book, or if you needed me to edit that, or if you need me to edit or help you do any of that stuff, you just let me know.
Oh no, it's quite fine. I'll just stay here at the table for a bit longer and make my way back to the library at some point. Yeah.
Okay, well,
I'm becoming slowly more English as this conversation goes on.
I can kind of see the book, and if there's any typos, you just let me know, and we can edit
Of
that.
course. Yes, if I need any assistance, I will certainly search you out. If I need some editorial skills.
Because Kenzi's going to be out of town for the next couple of days, so I'm taking care of the Lighthouse. So if you need anything, I may be busy, but I can certainly help.
Oh my, she's leaving. That's quite unheard of. She hasn't left in gosh, since she's gotten here. What on earth is she going for? He seems a lot more interested now that you're talking about Kezi leaving.
Well, she's the university has called her back to help with a artifact of some kind. They say they need her specific abilities and her knowledge, which I'm sure is vast. So she left me in charge of the Lighthouse.
Oh, I see. And he kind of gets pensive. You'll see him make a quick note, not in the book, just sort of on a scrap piece of paper, and say, "That's quite interesting. I'll have to see if I can check in with her before she takes off, as it were. I like to keep track of the comings and goings."
Sorry, I lost you there a little bit. You kind of cut in and out on that one.
How about now?
Just be
Can you hear
me.
me now?
I can hear
Yeah,
you.
I heard him. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so it was not me. I was like, I've got tons of signal.
Sorry, it's probably me. It's storming here pretty bad, so.
Okay.
And then
So unless anyone has anything else, go ahead, Molo.
Yeah, Molo's still up there playing. He's like, but why is everyone sitting still? This is an active event, all right? There's plenty of room up here on this dance floor. Up here where I'm at on this dance floor. Woo! This is not a morgue. Everyone should be standing up, dancing, singing along. It's fine if you don't know the words. That's a part of performance. You can just go with it. Go with your feeling.
DM, is there food
Uh,
on this table?
Did you order food?
There was nachos on the table.
There was.
Oh yeah,
nachos.
your nachos did come out eventually. There is
Can
a
I-
plate of the strangest looking nachos you ever seen on your table.
Danica's gonna eat one very seductively.
Oh God.
How does one seductively eat a nacho?
Nacho. I am curious myself on that, but I also want to try to frisbee a chip at Molo.
Ooh, okay.
You
Give
do it by
me
opening up the loose cheese and then sucking the cheese off and then biting off a corner.
I feel like you're speaking from experience, sir.
make me an improvised weapon attack, Crixus. Your chip is an improvised weapon.
Unarmed strike. I don't have an improvised weapon.
Do
You're not
something
proficient if
dex-based.
What? You both talked at the same time. I didn't understand it.
So since it's thrown, it's dex-based, and I think that you need like Tavern Brawler or something to add your proficiency, so no proficiency.
So just a dex.
Back.
Dex check.
Yeah.
I guess so, yeah.
Oh
8 is not going to hit, I don't think.
no.
No. You're gonna need
Uh,
a
so,
fuck
yeah,
ton of almonds to hit me with that.
Food fight.
And
I'm trying to throw the plate at Reina.
Leda looks out
No,
at the bar and says, if anyone else gets on this bar, I am calling in all of your debts right now. And not one person gets up on the bar.
I'll get on
But
the table.
Ilksy will get up and start to dance. She's like, I always like a good dance song. Play it, Molo.
There. Danica,
Over
go
there.
dance. Yep.
The crowd has spoken, and I'm gonna continue to play.
Okay. Ilksy is a tiny goblin, so she like basically comes up to your waist, Danica. But yes, you are both aggressively dancing. Eliwick was like, what the hell? And she'll get up and dance too.
Staring at the
Dan
dwarf
says,
the whole
I just look
time.
absolutely the fuck not.
I just look at Eliwick. Really? You too?
E2
She's like, what? You don't like to dance, Crixus?
Did-
And she goes, shaka, shaka, shaka.
This is almost as fun as holding down a child and farting all over them.
Molo,
Well,
you
that's
on-
enough of that.
are you on a list?
Danica, that's even too awkward for Danica. She stopped.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
you broke Danica.
Everyone sits to back down.
Juan, you do not go anywhere alone with that guy.
Vaughn, hiding behind Danica, points at Molo. That's a bad man.
He's not bad. He's just really weird.
Sorry, I have irritable
Alright.
bowel syndrome.
Oh.
So we are gonna wind the
Womp
evening. We are gonna wind the evening down, and everyone starts to go back to their places.
Danica passes out on
Um,
the table.
Danica passes out on a table. Marcus says, "Oh, thank you very much for the conversation, Reina," and heads on out. Everybody goes back to their homes. Molo,
Yes.
before you go anywhere, also with that good of a performance check, you made a little money.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
You made 6 gold this evening.
6 gold. I'll take it.
Did I get any money for my dancing on the bar?
No.
You absolutely did not.
You actually owe money for that?
No. Well, I did. She robbed me.
You did it later, took it out of your pocket.
That's true.
So as everything winds down and Molo, you're getting ready to depart for the evening, you turn around and that dwarf is right next to you.
Well, it's not one of those kind of shows. That comes later on in the night, right? This is all performance, and there's horizontal performance later on, but we're not there yet.
He says, you did put on quite the performance, I'm sure. But if you don't mind, my understanding is that you came to town within the last few months. Is that accurate?
I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, I'm always putting on a show. You know, there's always all kind of sun up, sun down. You know, there's a lot of drinking. Things don't go well. I've been here for a while. How long I've been here, I don't know. But it's been a while. I'd say 2-3 years.
I'm gonna level with you, Molo. I think that the person I'm looking for was on the ship you came in on.
Nope. Just a standard human here, making money, putting on performances.
What? Yeah, I can see that you're a human, you idiot. I don't. Oh, I see. No, this is not an accusation. No, I'm sorry. This is not how that was supposed to go.
Well,
I'm trying to get at.
What are you looking for? Why are you looking for, you think, me?
I'm not looking for you. I think you know someone that I am looking for. I think that the trail that I followed was yours, but not. This is not my end destination. So, were there any other people on your boat that could fit the description of an Air Genasi in disguise?
I mean, there
When
was
you
that
got here.
guy, I think his name was Smith, Jim Smith. He was also flamboyant.
Make a deception check.
Ooh, 21?
I hope you fail. Oh, shit.
He says, going by the name Jim Smith, eh? Not a very clever disguise. All right. The other thing I need to know is where was the boat going after here?
I'm not the captain now. You know, I don't know these things. They're like, hey, we're going to go to Rescue. I'm like, yeah, it sounds like a plan. I'm going. Sounds like a new place to make some money.
You don't know anything about where the boat was headed, and this quote-unquote Jim Smith was headed.
No, I'm just here for a good time, not a long time.
All right, fine. What was the name of the boat you were on?
I don't know, the ball eater, I think?
Really?
Sounds legit.
You know what? Perhaps I was a fool to even ask. I'm just going to retire to my room for the night. And I suppose I'll leave in the morning. And,
Okay.
We'll head up to the room that he rented.
You do you, Dwarfy.
I'm going to move you guys back to the city map. Does anyone have anything they want to do over the night, or can we cut to the next day?
I don't think I have anything that I want to do.
Good.
I draw using the sour cream from the nachos on top of the table.
Leda looks and says, "That's a lovely drawing, but you know I have to clean that up, right?"
I'm sorry, I clean it, and she'll just kind of smear it with her hands.
Ah, yes. Thank you. Thank you. That's lovely. You've done a great job.
Okay, good night. Pass out.
All right. So the following day, you all are going to receive a summons.
Mm.
We need a Constitution saving throw for hangovers.
Actually, that's a good idea. Everybody give me a con save. Reina, roll yours at disadvantage since you didn't know there was alcohol in your book.
So I rolled mine with advantage because I was getting the good stuff.
I'm not saying not for the hangover part.
Ooh, wow.
Oh, I love the fact that I got rid of alcohol milk. That's the best thing ever.
Some good old alcohol milk. Okay. So really, Molo, you're the only one with a real bad hangover. Reina, you feel funny the next morning and you can't figure out why.
Yeah,
but not
sure.
too bad. Kappa, you've got like a headache. You know, you understand what's happening to you, but you're fine. Like,
Yeah.
You just need to drink some water and you'll be all right. But yeah, each of you receives a summons to the mayor's house.
Okay.
Did Kenzie leave like first thing in the morning? Is she already gone?
Kezi has not left yet. She is putting that off as long as possible. If you ask her about it, she says, "Look, he said he wanted me to come today, so I'm planning on showing up a tick before midnight, just to piss that asshole off.
I like Kezi better
What
already.
about that? But okay.
Right.
I'll
Off to
say
see the mayor.
Kappa would go one place first.
Where would Kappa go first?
Kappa would go to the library because he wants to talk to Marcus real fast.
Okay. The library is up here. You walk into the library and you can see the shelves of books, and you see Marcus sitting behind a little podium, or not a podium, but a little reception desk at the front. And he says, "Oh, a visitor! What can I interest you in the library?
Well, you see,
It's so rare to get someone that actually wants to come here."
I wanted to say thank you for your company last night at the event.
He looks at you. Roll me a perception check.
Yeah.
Not real good, but it's enough that like he kind of looks confused, and he's like, "Company? What do you mean?"
Did Jin come and see you yesterday at all?
Yes, she came to collect a book, and she said she would bring it back that evening, and that she did.
Uh-huh. Sorry, I was just confirming something. That's all. Also, Skiers, do you have any books about, like, mysteries on the ocean, perhaps?
Oh, a tale of nautical adventure, you're saying? Yes, of
Mhm.
course. Are you looking in the non-fiction or fiction variety?
Ooh, nonfiction, probably.
Oh, yes. A tale of all manner of high seas shenanigans and adventures. And he goes and he pulls a book off the shelf and he hands it to you. And it is very clearly a ripoff of Treasure Island.
Perfect. Yeah, Kappa will go through whatever he needs to in order to borrow that book, thank Marcus, and leave. Because
You
it
need
was
to
very...
stamp your library card.
I don't have a library card. Can you get me a library?
Yes, you just have to sign these 8 pieces of paper and verify your address and perhaps some contact information, and we'll just be on our way.
Yeah, he'll do the best he can with that. His address
You
is
are
that
the-
one cave outside of town. Contact, just send a messenger to that one cave outside of town.
You, after several minutes of figuring out this paperwork, are the proud owner of a library card.
Perfect. Now get stamped, borrow the nautical book, and head to town.
Ah, your first stamp. It's quite exciting. I remember my first stamp when I was but a lad in the library. It was quite an exciting day. Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
Crixus
yes.
better be careful because Kappa and I just may become best friends.
Nope, you better back up.
Kappa did this one because Kappa actually would have wanted to read and never had time. And two, because he's like, why is Marcus out of the library? Wait a second. Jin put on a ring and disappeared. So he went to go confirm his theory.
Nice.
So
The
yeah.
library best friends.
And then with that, he's going to go back to Town Square holding his new book.
For the 3 best friends that anyone could ever have. So you all go into the mayor's house.
I would wait
and
till
are
everybody
greeted-
else left and then draw a donkey on the front of the podium thing and with an arrow pointed up.
Okay. All right. You do. So you all go in and you are greeted by both the mayor and Opal. And the mayor says, I just wanted to make sure that I adequately thanked you all for saving Opal. She is, of course, a integral member of our little town. We'd be in dire straits without her. So first, I'd like to offer you all a reward for that. And he will offer you each 20 gold pieces.
Sweet.
He says, now you also have been speaking with Opal all morning, and there are some things that are distressing to us. And I can't think of a better group to investigate said distressing problem. So I'm
You're very
hopeful
good.
that I
Not
can.
one better group.
I'm
We're
hopeful that I
awesome.
can count on you all to do something for me yet again. And Opal will then address the group, and she'll say, "Look, I've traded with those bullywugs a few times. It's always been a little bit weird, but they've never been. It's very strange that they acted that way when I was around them. And thanks to Reina here, as she points to Reina, and her spell, we know that they are in a bit of distress themselves. And I am wondering if that has pushed them into a situation that they actually require assistance. It's unusual for them to be preparing for battle, as it seems. They're not a particularly warlike culture. So what I'm proposing is that you return to the Bullywug village and try and communicate with them in some fashion that we are not enemies here, that we want to assist them and help them so that we may continue our, albeit small but still valuable trade relations. And Kappa, we need those relations if we're going to get more of those flowers.
Yes.
So here's a question. How do we do that? Because all we heard was we have no idea
Yes.
what they're saying.
He's not wrong.
That's true. That's true. And I did notice that since I was accompanying you. And she'll look at Reina and say, I imagine that there's some sort of spell that will allow us to communicate. Is that something that we can do?
Yeah. Sure. Yep. I am powerful enough to make that happen. Sure, definitely. Mm-hmm.
Are you quite certain that you're powerful enough? And we need to cast one that will allow us to speak and understand, as not just understand. We are going to need to, like, the spell you cast last time was great, but I just don't think it's going to do the trick this time, since we need to also speak to them.
Yes. So, yeah, I so no, probably not. In that case, then, my spell only really works one way, actually.
Okay. Do you think there's any way we could get our hands on something that will allow that?
Well, I can talk to the professor. I can talk to her and see if there's something better.
That would be ideal. And I really think that if we can pull this off, and it'll really do wonders for our trade relations. And if I can cultivate that flower, I mean, its properties are incredible. Kappa, you have to tell me everything that happened once you gave it, but the tests that I did on it were phenomenal.
Yeah. After this, I'll give you the whole story.
Excellent. And the mayor will look at you all, and they'll say, "All right, is there anything that you need before I send you off? Besides, of course, to talk to Master Kezi?"
I mean, do you have anything that we could trade? We're like, here's something that there's no more bloodshed. You know, that green gross blood is not to my liking. It clashes this
Yes.
outfit.
A peace offering. A peace offering. That's a good idea. Yes, I'm sure we have something to offer them. Let's see. And he'll look at Opal. What do they usually want? And she's like, well, they don't make a lot of things. So usually they just want, like, cloth or you know, a very quality baked good is often a good thing for them. They don't really have a lot of anything, so really anything would be fine.
Ooh, how about we give them a whole bunch of blankets, and then we secretly put like diseases and stuff in them.
We're trying to make friends.
Wow, sir.
Oh,
As someone who lives in Oklahoma, wow, sir, and I live with a native, and I tell him that joke all the time. Actually,
You're telling me no SARS blankets?
Mayor Harbek looks at you and says, Are you suggesting war crimes?
I mean,
it's
sometimes
only
they
war
look
crimes if we get caught.
Are you suggesting war crimes? He looks at you.
I'm just spitballing, and these are just ideas that are floating around my human head.
Molo,
I think
sometimes
that
when you have a thought, just let it go.
I think that the blankets are a good idea, minus the diseases.
But
And
can
Opal
we
and
put them
Molo-
to the side just in
diseases to
case?
put on
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie,
Bear
it was
says,
good.
"All right, how about this?
But
We'll give them regular blankets this time, so that maybe in the future, if we have to give them diseased blankets, they'll be more accepting of them."
Yeah, you gotta let them believe in you, so you build up a trust, and then, bam, right there, no more bullywugs.
I'm gonna send
Molo
Molo in
could
the
just
middle and
sleep
have him
with them all.
sneeze.
Why are you all planning genocide?
I don't know.
Mayor Harbek is like, "Yeah, this is really weird."
So, okay, let's get the blankets and the spell thing, and we'll go and we'll talk to them. And if they are mean, we kill them. But only if they're mean.
So, you guys, are you gonna, as a group, go to the lighthouse?
Yeah, I'm curious.
Sure.
I don't think it's like the one place I don't think Texas has been.
Okay. So I will bring your tokens out here. You make your way over to the lighthouse. Whoa. Jericho, Kappa, Molo. Okay, you guys make your way over to the lighthouse. Reina will allow you entry inside, and you see this room in here with a cozy fire and bookcases and some couches. And you see Master Kezi, and she is scribbling at her desk.
Did you wipe your feet? Wipe your feet before you come in. Did you wipe your feet? Don't drag mud through here.
Yes, I'm wiping my feet right now and just smear the mud on her shoes on the floor.
Your feet. Don't touch anything. Never know what will explode in here. Don't touch anything. Somebody.
Texas puts
Ask
his hand
Danica.
in the bucket.
Okay. She's gonna walk over to the table and start drawing on it.
Kappa, one of you, Kappa, Crixus, one of you watch Danica, one of you watch Molo.
So this is where the magic happens.
So,
Children.
Danica, you start to draw on this bookshelf, and the library is very quiet. So, as soon as are you using chalk? What is your medium of choice here?
Chalk.
Okay. As soon as your chalk starts to scrape against the wood of the shelf, you can see Kezi at her desk just go and sit bolt upright, spin around, and say, "Who are you? What are you doing in my home? Get out of here!" And she's gonna reach a hand out towards Danica. Does anyone want to stop her?
Nope.
Oh, but
I want you to be out of the fucking way, please.
I was gonna make some
I was
fart
right.
sounds over that where I go.
I'm with Reina. Reina brought us here.
They're with me. We have a question. They're with me.
Let it happen.
Don't kill me like her
Kezi.
a bunch of times.
Kezi starts to walk across the floor.
We're looking for
Towards
bullywug solutions and how to talk to them. Over
She's
here.
immediately focused on Molo. I'm sorry, what?
Bullywugs. You know what I was thinking about last night, which I guarantee you were there because nobody misses a performance from Molo. We need to talk to him now. We got one-way communication, but we need two-way.
Right?
Professor,
And you can see the lightning that was about to erupt from her hand just kind of retracts into her body.
Did you just make her wish
She
the
walks.
slot?
What's that?
She looks over at you, Crixus, and says, "Don't worry, I have lungs." So she'll walk over towards you, Molo. She walks right by Reina.
So yeah,
And
I
says,
mean,
you want to talk to bullywugs.
yeah, because all they do is gurgling sound, and the only gurgling sounds I know happen in
Nah.
the bedroom.
She walks over to you, Reina. These are friends of yours, yes?
Well, currently work proximity associates at the moment, but more or less.
We're so close, you don't know where one ends and the other one begins.
We're best friends, and put an arm around Reina's shoulder.
She looks at the floor, looks at the mud that got tracked in on Danica's boots.
Clean that.
Oh
I
shit!
wiped my feet. Smear some more mud on the
Oh
floor.
fuck! I forgot I wore my mud shoes today. Shit.
She starts muttering something under her breath. Reina, you realize that what she's saying is, no murder, no murder.
Kappa's gonna be like, hey, at least I listened, and point to the fact that he left his shoes at the door and took them off completely. Now he's barefoot.
Says, okay, so you have some friends that are good house guests, and some that are less.
Yeah,
Why is
that
Molo
everyone's as
walking
good a guess
all-
as me.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. The faster we get a solution here, if you have one, probably the better for all parties involved.
Okay. And she starts to rub her temples a little.
Lay
So
on the couch
that
and
one-
do a Rick James.
Danica, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Ooh, that's a
Yep,
good one.
that is not going to do it.
Ooh.
Oh shit!
Oh no. Kezi casts 9th level spells, baby. She's got a very high dice.
Oh shit!
You don't really mess with her. She real cool.
Cool.
Okay. So 2 things are going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
First, Danica, you are paralyzed. Then, a silver headband that Kezi has been wearing is going to start to glow. And she's going to extend her other hand towards Danica. And
As she's doing this, can I pull out my jar of green leaf and be like, hey, chill, I got some of this if you want. Maybe this will help clear your mind.
Oh, she is focused.
There's no stopping it.
Danica, I need you to make a Constitution save. Is this at a disadvantage since you're paralyzed? It doesn't
Nah, I think
say.
that's
So
just
make a
Can I get...
Constitution save.
Nope.
Okay. You are paralyzed and you start to levitate. You're about 20 feet up in the air, just kind of hovering.
That's what you get.
And she goes, that's much better. Reina, what she's doing should not be possible.
Yeah.
You're familiar enough with magic, and I guess Molo, you would be too.
Mhm.
You're familiar enough with magic that she is casting 2 spells that require concentration.
Hey, how are you doing that at the same time?
She kind of taps her head where her headband is, and she says, I've got tricks. Now,
But I thought they were for kids.
Stop with the kids, you weirdo.
Can
Just
we do
slowly
30?
starts heading towards the door, instantly regretting coming here.
The door slams shut, the fire roars, and she says, you've done it now. Turns out Kezi's the BBEG, and you have to fight her right now at level 2.
Oh,
I'm
shit.
good. I'd not be surprised if she ends up that way, though.
Oh, I thought you
I
were going to say
mean-
door slam shut, the fire roars, and Strahd appears like, who's messing with my wife?
Hey, I beat Air Genasi to cause him the TPK. Woo!
So she'll look back at you, Reina, and kind of glance over at Molo and be like, all right, so you're serious about wanting to talk to bullywugs? That's a thing? That's a thing you want to
Yes.
do?
Unfortunately, yes.
So I've been up all night making you spell scrolls to maintain the lighthouse, and now you want me to also make you something. Okay, that's fine. It's fine. I'm sure that's fine.
Well, Professor Professor, if my studies advanced maybe a little bit, I could do it myself, but I've been kind of behind. But yeah,
Her
I
hand
think,
is gonna dart out super fast, and she just sort of cups your cheek a little bit, and she's like, "It's fine. Everything's fine. Just fine.
it doesn't seem fine.
Just give me a minute."
Your struggles.
Okay. She is gonna pull a ring off of her finger, and she is going to cast a spell at it, and she is going to hand it to you, Reina. Reina, you are now in possession of a ring of spell storing.
Yes.
Ring of what was it?
Spell storing.
Okay.
So the way that works is a spell of up to 5th level can be cast into it, and you can, as an action, have that spell come out, and it uses the... It is as though the person who cast it on the ring cast it from you.
Ooh, cool. Okay.
So she says, "That's tongues. That should do the trick."
Alrighty.
Yeah, tongues always do the trick.
talk about
Danica, you are...
We're leaving.
Danica, you have control of your body again, and you fall 20 feet onto the couch. So you will not take any damage from the fall. Kezi spins around and looks at Molo. Molo, make a wisdom save.
Oh, we're leaving. I'm sorry, we're leaving.
Crixus is,
19.
did Danica,
Oh,
or did she really
so
lock the doors?
close. No.
Okay.
So close. Her DC is 20. So, Molo, you're paralyzed. And she's going to walk up and kind of put either hand on either side of your face and say, "You are the strangest man I have ever seen."
You haven't met Air Genasi yet, then, apparently.
Who's that?
You don't want to know. He's way worse.
Trick says, "I saw you looking at my skirts when I was in the air. Did you like what you saw?"
White knuckling his axe. Do it. Don't do it.
Oh, you
Does
like it.
Does catapult work on creature?
I don't know, but I think you should try it.
Does object, but you are the DM, so.
It works.
If it's cool,
Uh,
the rule of cool.
Yep.
Kezi says, "I could turn you into an object first if you like."
I think we should go. We got what we need. We need to go get some blankets and not put diseases in them.
Let's stop pissing off the max level wizard.
Yeah,
She walks back.
Thank you, Professor.
She walks back over to her desk, not releasing Molo.
I will
Yeah,
just
this
pick.
has got a
I
very
will
good sense of humor.
grab Molo's like the scruff of his neck / back of his coat and just pick him up and just walk out with him.
He says,
No.
I'll leave a stack of scrolls here for you, Reina."
Thanks, Professor.
Here, I'll help. And she'll go up and
Oh!
while he's paralyzed, draw on his cheek.
Oh, you're gonna have to scroll. Okay, bye. We'll see you later. I'll be back to take care of the lighthouse. I promise.
She looks over at your group and she points towards the group of you and says, "Bigby's hand!"
No! I've already left.
Danica and Molo are shoved out by Bigby's hand.
Just gonna give a
Your
little bow.
teacher really doesn't have a sense of humor, huh?
And she nods at Kappa and says, "Thank you for being a good house guest."
I didn't.
Of course, I try.
I grabbed Kappa's shoes on the way out.
Famously, not a good people person.
After you
I
leave,
told you guys she's killed me several times.
After you leave, the door does slam shut on its own and lock.
It's definitely gonna be locked when I get home.
Yeah.
Bye, thank you. Pleasure meeting you.
Hey, Tom, I said
it's
you're
really-
DM.
Oh.
I think that chick digs me.
Yeah.
Oh,
Keep trying.
no.
See what happens.
Don't get jealous, princess.
Oh boy, definitely not.
No.
So this is where we're going to call it for the day, since we're right about at time here. I was really excited that she actually did get an opportunity to use Bigby's hand.
All right. Well, I
Very
think
good
we
use.
made up for Air Genasi not being here today.
Yeah.
Oh, there were plenty of shenanigans.
Yes.
I think you well succeeded, Aragonis. I am shocked you're not dead.
Oh,
I
shit.
mean, I thought about casting some offensive spells, but I was like,
I'm pretty sure even one of her cantrips would murder me. So
Yeah.
Last firebolt gets disintegrated.
Let's do a firebolt. 40 damage. What?
she'd paralyze you and then walk up and drop an immolation in your mouth.
Jesus.
Jesus Christ.
She cool. She real
And then-
cool.
And just watch as it burns.
Yep. And then just stand there 2 inches from your face as you turn to ash.
Good times.
that was fun. Go up to level 3. We did
This is
I
not
did
level 3
technically-
just yet.
I did technically fight a really high level wizard.
You did technically survive Kezi, so
Yeah.
So, we will pick up here next week with you about to return to the bullywugs with
And
your
not give them
olive branch
disease one.
with your olive branch blankets.
Yes. That are not diseased.
So, Reina, the ring, I don't think it requires attunement, but let me
I
double
don't
check.
think it does either, actually.
oh,
No, because you can
it
give it
did.
to familiars.
Yeah, so
So
the so the ring has tongues stored on it, which means that there are still 2 levels of spell that could be cast into it if you wanted. So the way it works is it's not necessarily a spell of up to 5th level, it is 5 levels of spells. So you could cast 5 1-level spells into it, etc., etc. So yes, so
that thing
the
is super powerful.
it is pretty potent. Kezi does expect it back.
Oh, damn.
I also was assuming that, yeah.
So let's just stay in the jungle and never come back to this town again.
But yeah,
we'll live
so
with the
she
bullywug.
she is writing out spell scrolls for you to use to keep the lighthouse lit. So you will, of course, have the option to either do that or try and learn those spells for your spellbook, which does consume the scroll. They are currently of a level that you can't cast yet, so
Keep that in mind.
bear that in mind. But yeah, as far as you know, her plan is not to leave until the very, very last minute. And she will almost certainly, but not guaranteed, pump one more big spell into the lighthouse before she goes.
Gotcha. Well, I shouldn't have to worry about it as long as we get back from this adventure in the next day or so.
I would say that is accurate.
Okay.
All right.
All
And
right.
this is where we'll pick up next week.
Perfect.
I should be home for about a month, so we should have several weeks of actual good playtime.